So now let's begin by getting you the meat of what the allegations against Justice Sikri are and cut through the clutter around the charges to tell you what the facts really are. At the heart of the allegations now being made against Justice Sikri is a supposed plum post-retirement job that he accepted from the government. Now here's the thing about this plum posting. It has no monetary component at all. The posting at the Commonwealth Secretariat Appellate Tribunal or CSAT is at best a part-time job. Another charge is that this posting was a quid pro quo in return for Justice Sikri ruling against Alok Verma, a decision that is being seen as pro-BJP, pro-government because he ruled on the same side as the PM. What no one will tell you is that the CSAT part-time job was given to Justice Sikri in December. At the time, he had no idea he would be part of the select panel that was to decide Verma's fate. Finally, if you're talking about Justice Sikri accepting this job in return for tampering with the Verma decision as a member of the select panel, let's tell you that he was put in the panel by the Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi in January. Is the Congress then suggesting that the CJI is in on this conspiracy? Let's put it to the party. Joining us now is spokesperson of the Congress, Adil Singh Boparoy, Naren Taneja, national spokesperson of the BJP, and we have senior lawyer Vikas Singh also now joining us. Okay, let's just remind you for a second what is it that the Congress president said, quoting a report that spoke about how post-retirement benefits may have been given to Justice Sikri, something that influenced his decision as a member of the three-member panel that decided Alok Verma's fate. Rahul Gandhi quoted it to say, "This Prime Minister will stop at nothing, stoop to anything and destroy everything." Now, what is this post-retirement job that we are talking about? It is the Commonwealth Secretariat Appellate Tribunal, where the government nominated Justice Sikri in the first week of December last year. What is this job? It is one that is offered by rotation. India had the opportunity to put a nominee there, and in consultation with the Chief Justice, this nomination was done before the 11 December deadline. Why is this significant? Because this appointment was accepted in December, and in January, Justice Sikri was put on the high-powered panel in place of the Chief Justice. Vikas Singh is live with us now, senior advocate in the Supreme Court. What do you make of the allegation that Justice Sikri was influenced by this so-called post-retirement plum posting? Vikas Singh, is this not browbeating and discrediting someone who has gone by the law?
Actually, it's very unfortunate the way the opposition is taking brownie points by attacking an institution which is integral to the survival of our democracy. When we are talking about the Supreme Court and this particular assignment which Justice Sikri was ready to take was actually coming in the India way by virtue of this rotation business. And because of this objection now taken or this adverse media publicity, now Justice Sikri has withdrawn his candidature. I don't know whether India will be able to substitute him for somebody else or not, or whether we lose this position and it will go to some other country. And this kind of allegation that is being made is actually very, very sad, because this casts aspersion on not only on the manner in which the decision was taken, but also on the integrity of Justice Sikri, as if he can be sort of purchased by these kind of sops. And he could never have known in December, when he gave his consent, that in January some order will be passed, and after that order there would be an implication where he would be nominated. Justice Gogoi could have nominated anybody on that panel.
And which is why,
And if
Vikas
you
Singh, I want to
carry
put it to the Congress. My blunt question to you, Adil Singh Boparai, is, aren't you destroying the credibility of a Supreme Court judge only for your politics? Let me start by, in fact, asking you, on what basis have you alleged that this is quid pro quo by Justice Sikri?
Well, Padmaja, nobody is casting aspersions on Justice Sikri, but you cannot lose sight of the fact that justice should not only be done, but seen to be done.
You, sir,
when a judge sits in a committee, he sits in his administrative capacity.
Now
it's quite clear.
Sikri,
no, please allow me to complete, Padmaja.
Because of which he has removed himself from this nomination.
That's your interpretation.
It's not. It is Justice Sikri's interpretation. Let me just stop you short there to tell you what he has said. He has all but named the Congress. Give me a second. He has said, it gives me pain to note in some quarters my aforesaid nomination is being connected with certain developments which happened a couple of days ago, even though there is no correlation. I do not want any such controversy to take place even when it is totally misconceived. Who fanned this misconceived controversy? It was your president, Adil Singh Boparai. You spoke of anarchy.
Padmaja, you have to allow me to respond to this.
Go on.
Padmaja, this information was put out by members of your fraternity. It wasn't put out by the Congress party, number one. Number two, now it's quite clear after Justice Patnaik's revelation that there is no evidence of corruption. Therefore, it is obvious for us to ask on what ground was Alok Verma removed from the office of the director of the CBI. Justice Patnaik, who was supervising the probe, his on record said that there was no evidence. Number one. Number two, he says a purported statement given by Rakesh Asthana to the CVC appears to be highly doubtful.
No.
So therefore, it appears that the CVC has acted as a slave of the government. He's acted as a slave of his political masters, and evidence was doctored. Therefore, it was all the more important for the high-powered committee to give Mr. Verma an opportunity to defend himself.
You have just called the CVC a slave of the government. That, according to you, is not attacking institutions. It's a little rich, right, considering Mr. Rahul Gandhi said this government is destroying institutions.
Attacking institutions.
You just called the CVC
Padmaja,
a slave.
The supervising judge has said that there was no evidence of corruption.
So let me circle you back. Let me circle you back to Justice Sikri and ask you, do you think Justice Sikri is above board? Yes or no? That his decision on the select panel was bona fide, yes or no?
Let's be very clear, Padmaja. Padmaja, it was incumbent on the high-powered committee to at the least give an opportunity to Mr. Verma to put forward his case. We are not casting aspersions on Justice Sikri. I'm making it abundantly clear. But at the same time, when a judge sits in a committee, he sits in his administrative capacity, which is obviously subject and amenable to judicial review.
So
now,
what did you
post
mean?
the high-powered committee's decision, Justice Patnaik's revelations have come out.
You are not
All
casting
this has to be seen in the context of Justice Patnaik's revelation.
Oh, just a second.
Where
You're not
was the
casting
evidence
aspersions.
of corruption?
Then let me ask you,
Where was the
Vikas
evidence
Singh.
of corruption? You have to
Let
put
me
this
ask you,
question to the
Vikas
BJP.
Singh. The Congress spokesperson says we are not casting aspersions, but when the Congress president says when the scales of justice are tampered with, who tampered with these scales of justice? If you are not putting aspersions on Justice Sikri, Vikas Singh.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, the kind of argument that Congress representative is taking is really very, very weird. He's saying that because that decision of Justice Patnaik now says, obviously, you have to go backward, and because of which you say that this decision is not correct, and accordingly, Justice Sikri also is in some sense compromised. There is the clear assertion. I mean, I don't see any other assertion coming out of what he has just said, and that is very, very sad. If you look at what decision the committee took, the committee, really speaking, balanced the interest of an individual vis-a-vis an organization.
Absolutely.
And whenever this kind of a balancing has to be done judicially, it has always been done that the institution has to be kept above the individual. So many people, you know, are foisted with false CBI cases, and they suffer that, and they lose out big positions like CMDs, etc. And they can never recover it back because of this kind of a... So Mr. Verma is in a position where there is an allegation, and there is a body which has found that allegation to be having some truth. So how do you allow somebody of that kind to continue in a very sensitive organization? And since it is not a proved allegation, so that is why he was not suspended or, you know, sort of removed. He was simply transferred to an equivalent post. So if you transfer somebody to an equivalent post, I don't see how it can be said to be punitive.
And what's
Unless
worse,
if you say that
anyone
no,
who
right
gives
to
an
continue on
adverse
a sensitive
judgment,
position.
a
Because if you
judgment
see the
adverse to
committee-
Can I
your
respond,
liking,
Padmaja, please?
you will taint them.
Padmaja, can I
You will
respond?
call them
It is
tainted.
not a judgment, Padmaja.
You will cast a
He
cloud
is a
over
judge
them.
who's
You
sitting in his
start away.
administrative
Ah.
capacity. You are mixing two issues.
उनका decision अगर आपकी liking का है,
Can you
then
please
they
allow
are
me to
great.
respond,
So
Padmaja?
what?
Let's
He
be
has to take a call. And it is unheard of that a committee of
Can
this
I
kind
kindly
which
respond?
is considering
Okay,
a
respond.
transfer
Can I kindly
will call
respond?
an
I've
officer
heard
and
what
give
you
him a
said.
show cause notice and hear him before deciding on his transfer.
Respond, Adil Singh Boparai.
Well, I think Mr. Vikas Singh is wrong factually. Number one, the supervising judge, Justice Patnaik, who was directed by the Supreme Court to supervise the CVC probe, has come out on record and said that there is no evidence of corruption. So what is this probe? What is this allegation on the basis of which Mr. Verma has been removed? Please go through the CVC report. It is there in public domain. Out of the 10 allegations,
Let me stop you
there is
right here.
complete
Let me stop
exoneration
you
on
right
6.
here because you are.
CVC
This
was
is
interceding on
misinformation.
behalf of Astana.
Munish
The
Pandey, my
entire
colleague, is
process
right
has
here.
vitiated.
Munish
And what
Pandey,
was
my
the telling
colleague, is
hurry?
right here.
Why
He
are you
has
not
the
seeing
CVC
this in the
report.
context of
Let me
Justice
stop you in your
Patnaik's
tracks.
revelation?
I really need to bring in Naren Taneja, but Munish, you've seen the CVC report. Is Adil Singh Boparai right in asserting that it has given a clean sheet to Mr. Verma?
Well, to be factual, the CVC report says that there are 4 allegations, and these are serious allegations, and they have found in their probe that these allegations need further probe. Now, everyone is questioning about Justice Sikri, but let me remind everyone that when this case was before the Supreme Court observed that there are 4 allegations which need further probe. And also, one of the serious allegations is that Mr. Alok Verma presented a fabricated document. It's a very serious allegation.
Yeah.
And the CVC report says that these needs to be further probed, and that is why when there was a meeting between
Padmaja, the allegation is against the CVC.
Sir,
he showed a statement purportedly
Sir,
signed
let
by
me
Rakesh
quote to
Asthana.
you from
Justice
the
Patnaik
CVC
has said that he
report,
never
page
signed this in
number
my
2,
presence.
accessed
Why
by
are you
Munish
divorcing this from what
Pandey, our
Justice Patnaik has
correspondent.
said?
What does
Justice
the CVC
Patnaik
report
is a
says?
critical
Excluding
element
a
in this entire
suspect
saga.
from FIR IRCTC case, it can be reasonably concluded that Shri Alok Verma deliberately excluded the name of the key conspirator, Shri Rakesh Saxena, Director IRCTC, from the FIR and tried to help him for reasons best known to him.
Padmaja, the same
I don't
paragraph
understand
says
where
that there
this
is no
clean sheet
evidence that
coming
he
from.
stopped the probes.
But he is
There
saying,
is no evidence.
he is
Please read the
saying-
entire report.
Yes,
the same report
I have.
says that there is no evidence that he intercepted or stopped the raids.
The same report says, again, misinformation.
you are selectively reading it,
Misinformation. No,
Padmaja.
I
You are
won't do it
selectively
selectively.
reading
Let me
it.
quote to you in toto. The same report says, however, the allegation that Shri Alok Verma tried to call off searches at Patna is not substantiated. Now, you are quoting from the part where you're saying this charge is not substantiated, but where the CVC says this charge is substantiated, you choose to omit it. That being said, I want to circle you back again to the
So,
issue of
Padmaja, for the
Justice
first time in
Sikri
this
and
country,
bring in
merely on an
Narendra
allegation
Taneja.
that you'll remove a CBI director.
Bring in Narendra Taneja.
What
Narendra
about the
Taneja, the
23rd of
fact is,
October's decision,
the fact
which
is
was
that
struck
we are
down by the
talking
Supreme Court?
about
Has the
a
government fixed
gentleman
accountability?
who in
Why
the
hasn't the
past
CVC not
has
done
been
that?
hailed by this very Congress. This was the judge who was on a bench who heard for 4 hours the case of the Karnataka BJP. 14 days were given by the governor. Justice Sikri, who was part of a bench which whittled it down to 1 day. At that time, Congress said, justice never sleeps. Today they are saying, maybe there is some suspicion over here. What do you make of it?
No. You see, Padmaja, I've been listening from the very beginning of your debate, and I'm almost tired of listening to the Congress spokesman. He has been talking non-stop and nonsense. Manufacturing and talking, shouting and screaming. I've been listening from the very beginning. I've been raising my hand, probably you couldn't see my hand. Now the question is, Congress is the same party which only yesterday wanted to impeach the Chief Justice of India. Impeach. Now the Congress spokesperson on your channel is saying that CVC is slave of the government. Either he doesn't know the meaning of the slave, or Congress actually has lost the balance. CVC has suddenly become a slave of the government. Now they are questioning Justice Sikri, questioning his integrity, questioning basically practically everything. And they also don't know the assignment that he was getting was not exactly a plum post. It was not even a post. You just go on the board. That's it. It's not a job.
So
It's not that
basically, are you
get
muddying
anything.
waters?
You see,
Adil
the point
Boparai.
here is that they are systematically
You
attacking-
created
No,
a
no,
doubt
let
about
me finish.
CBI.
You have allowed me
Then you
after a long
created a
time.
doubt about CVC.
You have allowed
Now
me
you're
after-
creating a doubt about select panel. Then you creating a doubt about Justice Sikri.
You wouldn't
All
let
of
me even
this was
finish.
adverse to your interest.
Padmaja,
So all of
Congress
them
can talk
are
non-stop.
under a
You
shadow
won't
of
allow
doubt.
me three sentences.
I have no problem in answering every question of yours.
Why can't I be allowed to speak
Padmaja,
three
I have no
sentences
problem in
properly?
Okay, finish your
You want
question.
to give
Naren
time only to
Taneja.
But why are
Congress?
you
He has been
divorcing
talking
this from what
nonsense since
Justice
the beginning.
Patnaik has said?
No, what is this? Why don't you allow me to speak?
What is your question?
You
Go
speak
on,
nonsense,
Mr.
your
Taneja.
prime-
Well,
Your
okay,
leader
then let the
speaks
congressman
nonsense.
shout and
You
scream.
demolish
That's what you probably
institutions.
think
Speak on
is going to
facts.
give you the best TRP.
Mr. Taneja, go on, ask your question.
He is talking nonsense from the beginning. He is talking nonsense, attacking every institution, and you are giving him maximum time so that he can attack these institutions.
That is
That you
absolutely
think is
not
going to
correct.
help
Do
your
you have a
TRP?
question for him?
You didn't let me finish even third sentence.
He's a
No, I don't
frustrated
have questions
man.
for
He
such
has nothing to
people
say.
who insults every single
Can I
institution.
respond, Padmaja?
I don't want to engage with such people. They people don't
Padmaja,
deserve
can I
to be
come
on panels like yours.
All right,
They're
but I
attacking
do
every
have
single
questions.
institution. Calling CVC slave, you expect me to answer,
can I
ask questions to
respond?
such people who know nothing about anything, only attack every institution.
And
They are
which is,
damaging the country.
and which is
they
why
want
if
to
you-
destroy the country.
and-
When Congress is not power, they think no other party is allowed to govern this country. Then they attack on every single institution.
Mr. Taneja, if you would
That's what
let
the
me
Congress
ask the
does.
question, if you
They
hear
can't
me out,
tolerate the people
that is
elected
exactly what
BJP.
I'm asking.
They'll still not be able to
Now the
reconcile
thing
with
is,
this fact.
Adil Singh
So attack
Boparai,
every institution.
it started with the question about the
No, but
CBI
you should
have a
chief.
allow-
debate with
when
his
you
government
allowed
to
me
Then
after
you
mid-
call the
you allowed
CVC
me
a
after
slave.
such a long time.
This
you
is
should
Then
not
not
a
you
vote
go
to
on to
vent your
question Justice
frustration.
Sikri.
I keep quiet.
Where does it stop, Adil Singh Boparai?
Go on with Congress. Go on with Congress. Go on with
Padmaja,
Congress propaganda, Padmaja.
You know, if you please ask him to keep quiet.
Very, very sad. Very unfair.
Padmaja, can I respond, please?
Go on, yeah.
Padmaja, I have no problem.
You have been only talking nonsense
I have
from the
no
beginning. Why
problem in
should I be
answering
quiet?
every question.
You
of
should go
yours,
quiet.
But you cannot.
You are talking.
You know, this
only you are
frustrated
saying-
man
you're
must allow
calling
me to
CVC,
speak.
You're calling
This is not a
CVC
monologue, this
slave.
is not a man ki
You
baat.
wanted to impeach Chief Justice
Padmaja,
of India.
you'll have to intervene.
You're attacking Justice Sikri.
Padmaja,
and
this
the
is
anchor
not a
giving you time to
shouting
go on.
match. He'll have his turn.
Answer his
Can he please
question
wait?
about the impeachment. You have
Padmaja,
You are
tried.
a shouting gentleman.
You have tried
You
to
listen only
browbeat
one language.
justice. Is the
People like
allegation?
you understand only
Adil
one
Singh
language.
Boparai.
You are lying and lying and lying and lying and lying.
Listen to
And
his answer,
the
Mr.
anchor is
Taneja.
letting you do that.
Can we,
Padmaja, you.
Okay, you continue with your false propaganda.
yes, can we please have the audio turned down?
No,
Adil
I
Singh
don't
Boparai.
want to get parts. I'll just.
Padmaja, you cannot divorce what Justice Patnaik has said. All this has to be seen in the context of what Justice Patnaik has said, that there was no evidence of corruption. And there is a reason why I say that the decision and the actions of the CVC are politically motivated, because on the 5th of October, the CVC on behalf of Astana goes to the CBI director and seeks a better ACR. These are all facts in public domain. You cannot divorce this from
Naren
your
Taneja.
debate today. And number two, I'll again repeat this at the cost of repetition. We are not casting aspersions
But
on
you
Justice
are,
Sikri.
sir.
But he discharged his role in an administrative capacity.
sorry.
And we certainly feel that it was incumbent on the high-powered committee to at the least give an opportunity. He's been removed on the allegations of a tainted officer called Astana,
You are
whose quashing
casting
petition
aspersion
has been
again.
dismissed by the
When
Delhi
you are
High Court.
saying that
And the
due
Delhi High
process
Court has
wasn't
directed
followed by the
CBI
select committee.
to complete an investigation within 10
I'm
weeks.
sorry, Adil Singh Boparai,
Why
but you're
are you
speaking in a
divorcing
folk
this? Why
tongue.
are you
You are
not
saying,
seeing it in
I
the
am not
proper
questioning
context?
Justice Sikri,
Please put
then
this
saying
question
select panel
in
did
the
not hear out
context of
Alok
Justice
Verma.
Patnaik's
Naren Taneja,
revelation.
speaking in a folk tongue.
What about Justice Patnaik? What about Justice Patnaik's revelation?
What about
that there
Justice
was no
Sikri?
evidence of corruption.
Is Justice Sikri not acceptable because his findings are adverse?
We are not casting aspersions on Justice Sikri. We are saying it is a judge sitting in his administrative capacity. He took a decision. It is up to him that he took that
Naren
decision.
Taneja.
We are simply placing facts which are in public domain.
Naren
The
Taneja,
basis for his removal
is there
was the
any
CBC report,
substance
which
in
is vitiated,
suggesting the
which is riddled
suspicious
with malafide.
overall circumstances give rise to doubt, even if not personal? Naren Taneja.
No, Padmaja, thing is that you turned off my mic. You didn't let me speak. That's very unfair. You know, turn off the mic of the Congress party. He has been talking non-stop from the beginning and talking all nonsense. You know, now the point here is that they can go on like this. You know it. Chief Justice of India. CVC has suddenly become a slave. What do you talk with such people? Do you think they can come up with lies every day and we just go and respond to those lies? They are sick people. Please understand. They are sick. They now manufacture lies, come to channels like yours, and you let them shout and scream and propagate, and not allow BJP person even to counter. Now this is what they want. This is exactly their victory. Because when such people, they come on channels and they talk nonsense and they're allowed to go on and on and on, and BJP spokesperson microphone is turned off. You order turn it off. That's what they want.
Sir, it would have been much nicer if you posed your specific questions to the Congress instead of railing at the media. But let me give the final word to Vikas Singh. Just a second. Vikas Singh, my sole concern over here is, where does this attack on institutions stop?
No.
Where does this attack on institutions stop? Is the CVC, Justice Sikri, Supreme Court, CBI, nothing is sacrosanct.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a very unfortunate case, the way Congress is playing this game. It's a very dirty game, because at the end of it, if these institutions are not respected by the country or by the people, then really speaking, the democracy is in very grave threat. And so let us not do something, which will undermine the institution unnecessarily. If you have something, definitely do it. I'm the last person to say that allow any corruption to go on or allow.
Absolutely.
But just because a decision which is inconvenient to you or not to your liking, you will go all the length possible to discredit the institution just because that decision which you wanted to go in a particular manner didn't go in that manner.
Absolutely, and right on the screens are examples of when those same people and the same institutions have been hailed and criticized by the Congress, depending on whether their utterances were favorable or inimical to the Congress. Is that not the real destruction of institutions? We'll leave it to your wisdom. For the timing, thank you all gentlemen and viewers for having joined us.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.